A dimly lit room. The flickering light of a candle reveals a man hunched over a book, his rough hands turning the pages with quiet determination. This is Andrés Bonifacio, reading, learning, preparing for something greater than himself. Pharaoh called him Supremo, not a general, not a politician, but a worker, a dreamer, a man who believed that freedom is never given. It is taken. Manila in the late 1800s. A young Bonifacio walks through the streets selling canes and fans to survive. A self-taught man, he reads books on revolutions, absorbing the stories of heroes who defied empires. He was not born to privilege. He was no ilustrado, no hacendero. But he had something greater, fire in his heart, and a vision of a free Philippines. And so, when reform failed, revolution became the only answer. 92. News spreads. Jose Rizal has been exiled. Hope for peaceful reform is shattered. In the shadows, men gather. Their voices are hushed, their movements careful. Then, a name is spoken. Katipunan. Bonifacio and his brothers in arms knew. Petitions would not break the chains of Spanish rule. So in secret, they swore an oath. With blood as their ink, they vowed to fight for freedom, whatever the cost. Men, passing notes in markets, forging weapons in the night, drawing maps of battle. The Katipunan grows. Thousands, farmers, workers, even women, join the cause. The revolution was no longer a whisper. It was a storm waiting to break. A Spanish informant reveals the existence of the Katipunan. The Spaniards prepare to crush the rebellion before it even begins. But Bonifacio will not wait to be slaughtered like a lamb. In Pugad Lawin, men gather. Bonifacio stands before them, holding up a Spanish cedula, the symbol of colonial oppression. He rips it in two. Enough talk, enough waiting. Today we fight. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! As men tear their cedulas and raise their bolos high. The revolution has begun. Katipuneros charging, Spanish rifles firing, bloodied men pressing forward despite the odds. Victory in some places, brutal losses in others. The revolution spreads like wildfire, from the streets of Manila to the fields of Cavite. The battle for independence raged, and at the heart of it was Bonifacio, the man who started it all. But even revolutions are not immune to politics. Within the movement, cracks begin to form. A divide between the Magdiwang and Magdalo factions. And at the center of the storm, Bonifacio and Emilio Aguinaldo, the Tejeros Convention. A tense gathering. Bonifacio expects to be recognized as leader. Instead, Aguinaldo's faction takes control. The votes are cast, and Bonifacio is removed from command. A moment of silence, then tension rises. The Supremo had led them to battle, but politics had other plans. Bonifacio refuses to accept the results. Accusations fly. He is called a traitor, a threat. Soon, Aguinaldo's men come for him. A violent arrest. His brother is shot. Bonifacio himself, wounded, May 10th, 1897, deep in the forests of Maragondon. Bonifacio, weak and bleeding, is dragged to a clearing. He does not beg. He does not plead. He knows what is coming. The Spaniards could not kill Bonifacio, so his own countrymen did. A pause, the sound of gunfire, then silence. The screen fades to black. A slow fade in. Modern-day Philippines. Bonifacio's face on monuments, his name etched in history. He never wore a crown, never sat on a throne. But his spirit lives on in every Filipino who refuses to bow to tyranny. He was not our first president. He never saw victory. But without him, there would be no revolution. And without the revolution, there would be no Philippines. Andrés Bonifacio, the father of our freedom.